Hello, my name is Mae Whittick, Spiritual Life Coach, and welcome to Higher Energetic Resonance Inspirations. This week is the second week of the series on creativity, and in this episode it's all about the importance of curiosity to fuel our creativity. As you journey with me through this series, I hope you'll uncover new possibilities within your own creativity and recognize how it converges with and also reveals your spirituality. Once we recognize ourselves as the artist of our lives, every action, word and moment becomes profound. And before I go further into the episode, I just want to share with you ways that I can support you. Firstly, you're tuning into her inspirations. If you want to go deeper with the topics on each week, I encourage you to join the mailing list and you'll receive emails with additional teaching points and resources for you to explore deeper on your own personal journey. If you're someone who has always wanted to be heard in the world, and whether that means that you're launching your own podcast or you're showing up online, you're doing more public speaking, or even just being more vocal in your life, I've created Your Awakened Voice for you. This is my course that uses the holistic approach. It acknowledges the intricate connection between your physical body, mind, and spirit. This course is for you. It empowers you to discover and develop your voice. Or you may choose to work with me on a one-to-one basis, and this is for you conscious creators. If you know there's a purpose to your life, my purpose is to support you to confidently follow your intuition and create your big vision. The links to all of these are in the show notes. Episode 2, Curiosity Open to Receive, from Goodman. Creativity grows out of two things, curiosity and imagination. Curiosity is a vital part of creative exploration. It leaves the door open for us to receive new possibilities, sparking our inspiration and getting us into the creative process. And most people are not as open-minded as they believe themselves to be. They usually have unconscious blocks and biases that will then limit their ability to be as broadly creative. So being curious means asking yourself where you may be stuck and stale in your outlook and your thinking, and then being prepared to leave all of that behind. So how do you go about cultivating your curiosity? First, it comes by staying open-minded and really looking at yourself, exploring yourself, checking your reactions to things, asking questions, and that can be in your meditation, in your contemplation, even when you're faced with anything in life. You can always ask yourself and run yourself through the questions of who, where, what, how, when, and apply that to anything that you're faced with. And it's also, as well, deliberately seeking out new experiences so that these are ways to expose you to new things and stimulate then the possibility and the creativity within yourself. And also it will then deepen your spiritual awareness, which is integral to your creativity. As I always say, creativity is spirituality. When we're in our curiosity, we can then show a willingness to embrace the unknown. We are then curious and eager to step out of our comfort zone, to take risks. And it's like every time that we're exposed to something new, it's almost like we receive a new palette of colours, a new language. And when you have so much to play with, then imagine what it is that you can create. And I'm talking about across the breadth of the arts, but also the way that we create in our lives. So imagine stepping out into the world of possibility, and in this world there are infinite possibilities because there are infinite combinations of expression. No two people can ever produce in the same way because the pool of information and experiences and ideas and perspectives that they're pulling from are so different. Even if you have similar experiences to people, there's always going to be parts where you have a different angle, a different understanding, a different motive even for putting out what it is that you're putting out into the world. So there will always be a unique area to you, but adding to yourself, exposing yourself to more, just deepens and enriches what it is that you can bring out. So imagine how all of that will and can transform your expression and how you show up and what it is that you're available to and noticing about the world. That self-discovery can stem from asking ourselves those big questions. Who am I? Where am I in my life? What am I doing? How am I doing it? When am I doing it? And asking all of those questions of yourself, keeping yourself open to the answers at any moment, and remembering that things don't always just come in the most obvious ways, that then you'll notice how your life will bring profound moments of self-discovery and personal growth. And it means also that you're able to explore those deeper questions about your existence and the meaning of your life, and also police yourself about how you're showing up and whether you are aligning with your purpose. You'll feel it within yourself. Cultivating curiosity can foster a sense of connection to the sacred and cultivate an even more expansive worldview. The more and more you find out about yourself, the more and more you ask questions of yourself, the more still you need to be able to receive those questions, and the more trust and connection you build with yourself, with your higher self, with your intuition, with the divine. And that in itself becomes the grounding and the core of you and who you become. And there's also a joy and a sense of wonder that comes from this deeper, this new exploration of yourself. You get excited by the new and diverse interests that you uncover, but also you get excited by the way that you see yourself expressing yourself and showing up differently in these different spaces with these different aspects when you're exposed to new interest, when you're putting yourself in new passions. It's pulling out a different part of yourself that may have been latent, desperate to be expressed. You're showing yourself where you're strong. You're showing yourself where you're insightful. You're showing yourself also the deeper knowledge that you have about yourself and what is there ready to burst forward in the world. I find with curiosity, it becomes addictive. You become addicted to embracing that curiosity mindset because you're always finding more, always discovering more, always realizing also that maybe you won't have time in this lifetime to actually get to the zenith of what it is. And that sense of urgency and that sense of awareness that there may not be the time that you need just allows you and keeps you going deeper and deeper, and you won't rest on your laurels. You won't sit still. You won't be able to sit still or get stale for too long, but you have to start. And you find a fresh energy of the unknown and the excitement of just witnessing your own transformation on the other side. And when you come to something new, knowing that there's going to be that initial challenge of the new, or maybe there's going to be a steep learning curve, there's as well, you're prepared to deal with that because of the excitement and the curiosity about who you're going to become on the other side of that. And you start to then approach life with a childlike awe. It will then reignite a sense of wonder and appreciation for the beauty and the complexity of this world. And think about it, when you're watching children and children are discovering the simplest things and how excited and curious and awestruck they are by the basic things that we tend to overlook and take for granted because we're looking for something bigger and faster and better. Is there a way that we can revisit the simple things in our life? Ask yourself, is there something that you are overlooking every day that you can revisit and maybe ask yourself anew those simple questions: who, where, what, how, when, about the simplest things in your life, and see what comes up for you. And here's a bit of a warning. So beware. We need to make sure that we're overcoming any curiosity killers, because having this curiosity primed and constantly renewing itself and delving deeper Be aware of being around growth-minded people. By being around growth-minded people who are curious about building new connections, discovering new things about people, stepping out of ideologies or expectations and building those new and unexpected connections, and the curiosity of finding out who somebody is, the what and the where and the how of somebody, can bridge the differences that we're supposed to use as barriers to find out more about other people. And expose yourself to content, to books, to literature that are that oppose the way that you think. If ever you want to really push against your own barriers, think about the hard no's that you have in your life, and then find something that would speak to that from the point of view that someone who agrees with something that you vehemently disagree with. And this is not necessarily to think that you're ever going to change your mind about something, but often it can be just understanding how people get to a point where they are staunchly holding on to an ideology or an idea or a mindset and won't let go. You'll understand how they got there, and there'll be more compassion and openness and curiosity about it. You may still hold on to your point of view and your beliefs, but there's now more of an understanding of what is available and the different ways of thinking and seeing the world. Being curious opens you up to starting meaningful conversations, and in that way, conversations will always end up leading to collaborations, friendships, opportunities. And imagine that on a worldwide basis, that the growth that can come from that when we're opening up ourselves to finding out more about other people. Remember that most people are afraid of the unknown, and they'll hold themselves back because of fear of judgment. But staying stuck can bring on complacency when you're convincing yourself that you're fine where you are and what you know is enough, and you're not really bothered about expanding. And the more that you kind of stay in that place, the more complacent and apathetic that you get. So the idea is to keep making the effort, and it's harder in the beginning, but just keep making the effort to shift. Keep asking, keep the curiosity about what will I be like if I change? Who can I be? How can I be different? What else is out there? Who else can I meet? When can I find out about something more? Make curiosity your daily practice. The more that you're able to stay curious, the more that you'll relish the spaciousness of curiosity, which is the opposite of being fixed and narrow-minded and not wanting to hear anything else and believing that all that you've got is enough. Curiosity allows for those infinite possibilities. And as you approach each day with a sense of curiosity and wonder, remain open to ideas to pop through, and a different perspective and a new idea and a different way of your own showing up in the world and your own expression. Maybe the words that you use will increase now as well. And that spiritual exploration within yourself, it's like, who are you on the deepest of levels, and asking yourself those deeper questions, because the more that you're able to delve into the core, as I mentioned before, the more rooted you are in who it is, the more connected you are to your soul, then you can stand in the world, witnessing the world, giving out to the world, but fully in line with who you are and bringing through what is truthful and authentic about yourself. And this is when you learn to trust the power of your own perspective and recognize and honor your own uniqueness. And to receive that and to be in that space in every moment, in every day, ask to be shown something new and stay open to receiving it. To close, from Albert Einstein, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Thank you for joining me on another episode of this series on creativity, and this week I was delving into curiosity with you. Do let me know how you're receiving this new series, and if you want to find out more about me, please head over to my website. It's carolmaewhittick.com, carolmaewhittick.com. Find me on LinkedIn and Facebook, Carol Mae Whittick, and Instagram, Kazmic, Cazmick. Until next week and the next episode in this series, have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.